Elvira, it's awesome that you're able to join and share your amazing story with PSYCH-K. So we're doing these interviews to help people that aren't necessarily familiar with PSYCH-K to become familiar with it. And one of the great places to begin is the story of how PSYCH-K found you, or how you found PSYCH-K, or whatever. So we'd love to hear that.
Yeah. So I am a coach, and I knew that I am the one in my own way. And I knew how to reprogram my subconscious mind. So, affirmations, all that good stuff, going back. But I'm like, this is going to take me a lifetime. How many lifetimes will it take me to like reprogram my subconscious mind of this lifetime? So I'm like, I need to find something. There must be a faster way. And hypnosis didn't really call me. So I was determined to find a faster way. I'm like, there must be. Anyway, so I went on a search on Google, and I went on and on and on. And then I found Dr. Bruce Lipton, or he found me. And he kept on mentioning the word energy psychology. And he kept on mentioning it. I'm like, what is this energy psychology? I am almost certain he said Psych-K somewhere and all that. But I guess I was not ready to hear it. I spent about 50 hours worth of research. I was determined. And then he said the word Psych-K, and I'm like, what is that? And then I went onto the website, the global website, and educated myself, and right away got myself into a private session because I had to experience it. And that is how Psych-K found me.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, and some people do that same level of search. They start with a private session like you did, and others just jump right into the workshop. So it can go either way, how people feel comfortable. And then you showed up in a workshop too. So.
Well, the workshop, this was in September, and the workshop near me wasn't until November, and I wasn't willing to wait.
Totally.
That was the reason. If not, I would have gone straight to the workshop.
Yep, absolutely. I love it. So now that you've experienced Psych-K, both private sessions and some of the workshops, when someone asks you, what is Psych-K, how do you define it?
Well, Psych-K to me is a self-empowering tool that allows you to shift into your desired reality and release emotional charge to situations that are keeping you stuck, and not allowing you to embody and create the life that you desire.
Beautiful. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. I love it. I'm getting chills just
I know. Isn't it awesome? Yeah. And there's so much we can do underneath that umbrella. So thank you for that definition. Speaking of, what are some of the things that you have transformed or experienced for yourself, or maybe even with someone else? And, Psych-K can address physical, emotional, spiritual, mental blocks and, desires. So tell us a cool story for yourself.
Oh yeah, sure. I have many. The best one that I enjoy sharing is that Psych-K. I got pregnant with my fourth baby, and I had 3 different scenarios or experiences that caused a traumatic event in my life. Trauma is whatever I perceive it to be. Right. So I was really like, oh my God, a 4th baby. Pain. Well, I balanced. I did the processes to allow me to reprogram my mind, to remove the emotional charge. That's why it's so powerful to me, and build that desired outcome in delivery, which then allowed me to have a 2-hour, practically pain-free, and people don't believe that, but I am telling you because I did pain balances around that, and that was 1000% all because of Psych-K. So
that's fantastic. That is beautiful. There's a lot of women that are going to be watching this going, wait, I want some of that. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. And, I've had a client recently that her concern was to get pregnant, and we did balances around her beliefs of that. And she is now pregnant.
Oh.
So yeah, now we're going to work with the fear of the pregnancy, the 9 months, or she's actually 6 months left, I think. and her fears around giving birth. So
Yeah.
it's a beautiful way
Yeah.
To invite a different perception and a different experience, especially
Yeah.
like you had 3 before.
Right.
So
And I had to do balances to help me with those,
yeah,
you know, and then it was just so easy. And I was able to tap into that to create my desire. Like I knew exactly how I wanted it, and that's what I did. So I'm
yeah,
so thankful. That's so cool.
that is so amazing. Thank you for sharing that. So have you had people with questions about PSYCH-K or sessions, or did you have a question before going to the workshop about, okay, is this for real? You know, it sounds too good to be true. What are some of the doubts or questions that you had or you've been asked about?
So I personally didn't have much doubt just because I experienced it myself. But what comes up a lot with my clients is that that's a belief that is too ingrained and there's no way that you can help me with that.
Mhm.
And I always say, well, let's put it to the test. And
Yeah,
they're
right,
always mind blown. So
right.
that's really the biggest one that comes my way.
Absolutely. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, it's like, oh no, that's just who I am. Well, guess what? That's a
Yeah,
belief that's creating who you are. What do you have to lose? If it changes,
nothing.
it changes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But let's put it to the test. I love
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. So if somebody's thinking about taking a workshop, what would you advise them? What, what would you suggest or what would you do to help them understand what benefit they might get?
Yeah. What I would encourage everybody that sees this and are curious to take a workshop to just take it because it's part of your toolkit. No, our knowledge is never taken away from us. So having an opportunity to educate yourself on this such powerful tool and then having it accessible to you in your fingertips is invaluable. It truly is. So what I say is, what do you have to lose, right?
Yeah,
Just the
exactly.
investment, but that investment, I guarantee you, is priceless. You'll see.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Good. Thank you. Yeah. And it's one of the things I love about our workshop is that you aren't just getting information given to you. You're
No.
actually learning the processes. You're practicing them. You're shifting your own beliefs at the same time in the workshop. So it's a 3-day workshop, but it's not just sit on your butt and learn something.
Yeah.
It's do it, experience it. And when you leave, you can continue to work with other people for fee or free, whatever you choose. And you got it at your fingertips. You can use it with yourself. You can use it with your family. I mean, it's life-changing 3-day, workshop,
Yeah,
life-changing.
worship. Yeah,
Yeah.
completely life changing. I'm telling you, it's priceless because, and I love that. And I was one of like, why do I have to go somewhere? I'm like a total, virtual type of girl. And that really bothered me. I'm like, why can't they just teach it online? But not until I experienced it and was able to embody it, because that's what the workshop does. It allows you to embody the teachings versus like, okay, by the way, here, learn it and go and figure it out and bring your questions. No, no, no. You have an opportunity. You ask your questions live in the moment. And that to me is seriously priceless. I mean, I keep saying that because it really is.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that because it's true. A lot of people are like, why can't you guys teach online? And it's the embodiment, the immediate opportunity without other interruptions in our lives. And like, I'll get to it later. And also, the interchange with the other people in the workshop. So it's like building a community,
Yeah.
and we have so much online stuff. Let's get back together again.
Yeah, we need that. We really, really do.
Yeah.
And the immersion piece, I just want to highlight that the immersion piece, because in those 3 days, you literally leave knowing everything you need to transform your life. Like you do, you know? So
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. So we've got a question that we ask, and we just want to keep it real with people. Is it sounds for a lot of people it sounds too good to be true, and there's always challenges with certain things. So is there anything that you've found that's a challenge around PSYCH-K?
Yeah, I want to share two
Okay.
if it's okay with you.
Yeah.
The first one is what I noticed after learning PSYCH-K was that I was trying to bypass emotions.
Mm,
So I was, let's say I had an argument with my husband, and all of a sudden I feel angry or I start crying. I would immediately go into balances, and I couldn't like shift it. And then what I noticed was is that we are here to live a human experience, right? And what is that part of our human experience? Feeling. So I was trying to bypass my human experience.
it wasn't letting
It
you. I
was not
love it.
letting me.
I love it. Yeah.
So that was like a big, all right, PSYCH-K is here to support you, not, allow you to skip the
Yeah.
process of
Yeah. Right.
being a
Yeah.
human.
Exactly. I love that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the second one is the recurring issues per se. They're not real issues, but what I'm saying is like I needed to work on something more than once.
Mhm.
And it was, highlighting the fact that PSYCH-K creates potential. We create results, right? We create our reality. So the not embodying the action piece, right, which is what love attraction, the secret has forgotten to highlight, is one of those things that I needed to embrace,
Very good. Thank you. It is a critical aspect. We can do the balances, the transformation work all day long, but if we don't put it, it's still in our head, it's still untouchable at that point. The action step, which we suggest people think about at the end of each session, is putting it into physical manifestation. And it's
Right.
sort of like claiming or declaring, I really do mean this because I'm putting it into the third dimensional reality versus
Reality.
just the in my head. So
Right.
yes, thank you. It does make a difference. Yep. So is there anything else just in general you'd like to share before we close?
Yes, as a mom of four, PSYCH-K has been such a beautiful, 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 and I'm getting teary-eyed tool that I get to support my children with.
Mhm.
And I'll just share a quick story around that. My daughter came home distraught because she failed a test. It was her first test.
Oh,
And then she requested, Mom, can we do a PSYCH-K balance? And like within less than a minute, she was at peace. She was like, Mom, it's okay. This doesn't mean I'm a failure. She said that
she
all
said that.
completely on her own, and was like, I'll do better next time. I just have to practice, practice, practice. So the beauty with PSYCH-K, and that's why I define it as an empowering tool, because it is that. It really supports you on the way that I like to explain it is like clearing your window so you can see clearer, and the your own personal messages, your own personal wisdom just allows it to come in. And I truly believe that PSYCH-K is here to support us on massively evolving and up leveling like we never could have imagined before. So
Exactly.
that's all I
Yeah.
wanted to
I
share.
love it. And how old is your daughter?
The one that with the
Yeah.
story, she's 10.
Amazing.
But
Amazing.
we did a balance with my 7-year-old around spelling, and now she's a spelling queen. So
I love it. Absolutely. So yeah, kids love this because it's not just talking.
no.
It's, they get to do something. So beautiful. So I understand you do private sessions. Would you just share your website, and we'll have it also in the text form.
Yes, my website is Elvira Cabreja, so my first name, last name.com. And there's a section of work with me, and there's a PSYCH-K session.
Okay.
So
So why don't
yeah,
you spell that out?
ELVIRACAB as in boy, REJA.com.
Beautiful. Awesome. Thank you, Elvira. It's awesome to hear your story and your messaging, and I love everything you shared. So thank you. I look forward to seeing you again sometime soon.
Yes, and thank you because you are doing the work. You are being a light in this world. So thank you, Robin, and allowing me to share my story.
Absolutely.